Hello, hello, how are you? I hope you're having a fantastic day today. Today, I wanted to take a minute to answer the question why your teen needs study skills. So often, I talk about what study skills are, and parents come to me, and some students come to me saying, why is it that I really need these study skills? I feel like I've got great study skills, so why do I need to learn new ones or improve the ones I already have? Why exactly do I need study skills? And so as an academic mentor, I teach students study skills so that they can do better in school. But why exactly does your teen need study skills? If your teen or your student is struggling to do well in school, maybe they're struggling to learn, maybe they're struggling to do well on tests. If they're struggling to do well in school, 9 times out of 10, it's because your student does not have the right study skills that they need to do well in school. 9 times out of 10. From my own experience, I have witnessed every single student that I have worked with has needed certain areas of study skills to learn how to do better in school. So what happens so often is when I ask students, okay, do you have study skills? They say, absolutely, of course I have study skills, when they have no idea what study skills really are. And so I ask a student, okay, so how is it you study? And they say, well, when it comes time for a test, I pull my book out, I read through chapter 5, I close the book, and then I call it good. If that is you and if that is your teen, please leave me a comment down below letting me know if that is how they study. And then what happens? This student then will go to class, take the test, fail the test, and when the teacher asks them what happened, did you study? The student will say, of course I studied. I studied for hours. I read the chapter, so I studied. But these students and our teens have no idea that this is not studying, right? They have no idea what studying looks like, and what they're doing is not studying. They have no idea. Why? Because no one's ever told them or shown them how to study. And so when I teach study skills, I want students to know why they need study skills, how important study skills are. And when I tell them, look, what you are doing is not actually studying. What you were doing was reading. And reading is not the same thing as studying. There are whole different sets of study tools and techniques our kids can learn so that they can properly prepare for tests coming up, so they can properly prepare for projects when projects are due, so they're not staying up till midnight the night before it's due, cramming and trying to get it done, right? If that is your team, please leave me a comment down below letting me know. So when I talk with teens, no matter how good they're doing in class, no matter what subject they are in, they need study skills. So if you have a teen that is struggling, they could be struggling in different areas, and it doesn't really matter what area they're struggling in. They need study skills. They need to learn study skills. They need to learn better study skills. So what skills am I talking about when I'm talking about your kid needs to learn these skills? I'm talking about skills like time management, organization, note-taking, project management. You know, simple things as you can't start a project the night before it's due and think that you're going to get a good grade on it. Even if you spent 5 and 6 hours the night before it's due, it's not going to come out with a good grade, right? Because it's not quality work. And so when I work with teens and I talk about study skills, I tell them, look, one thing about time management, if you just took 30 minutes a day for a week or 2 weeks leading up to it, working every day on a project or an essay, when we can break it down into different parts and work on just a few parts at a time, this is how we can learn better time management, project management, better organization. When I talk with teens so often, teens that have homework problems, because homework can be such a huge stress and struggle for our students. Most of the time, it's not just about the homework, it's about the organization leading up to the homework. For example, does your teen remember to write things down? Do they forget to do homework because they didn't write it down? That's part of organization. Does your teen ever do homework, shove the homework in their backpack, and so it's in the bottom of their backpack, and then when it came time to turn it in, they could not find it in their backpack? Yes, I totally understand. This happens so often, and that is a part of good organization. So when I work with teens, I tell them, look, your teen does not need a tutor. When I talk with parents, I say, your teen does not need a tutor, because tutoring is not the problem. The problem is that your teens don't have these basic fundamental skills, and that is the foundation that we need to work on when we help your kiddos. We need to tell them and teach them and show them this is how to do these skills. This is how you can do it on your own. Reading a chapter in a book is not studying. I laugh just because so many times students don't even know. They think that they are really working hard. They think that they're doing their best to do well for that test, right? They think that they're preparing properly, but their teachers have never taught them how to study for a test. And they think that, well, I assign a test, kids are going to go out and study. And so they just assume kids know what to do when to study, right? It's kind of crazy to me that our teachers just expect this. They just throw information at our kids and then never teach our kids how to capture that information through note-taking, how to retain that information through study skills and learning styles. So if you are wanting to work with your teen or wanting to know where to start, find out which one of these skills your teen does not currently have and start working on teaching them these skills. Because if your teen is struggling in school, 9 times out of 10, they need to learn better study skills. If you have any comments or questions, I hope you all have a fantastic day. Take care. Bye, y'all.